Hello, this is the update for the week of May 21st, 2017. Getting the weight loss update out of the way right away. I am at 281.4, and last week we were at 282 even, so that means I have lost 0.6 pounds. So just over half a pound loss. So we're still moving forward. Definitely not as big of a loss as last time. It was like a little over 2 pounds, or the time before last was a little over 2 pounds. Last time I was at a plateau. I stayed even at 282. So back to losing again, albeit slowly. But doing it, and it's just keep going with the combination of watching how much calories I intake, and then not being sedentary and getting out and exercising more. Even if I don't get out, I still do some exercise here at home. And so, that combination is keeping me losing weight, and I'm just going to keep working at it. I know there's going to be a certain point where it's like my body says, okay, I'm going to, the calories are going to have to keep going down, and the exercise I'm doing is going to have to keep going up a little bit. So keep working on that. And speaking of getting out, I did last week. I got out, I think it was Thursday. That's how good my memory is anymore. Thursday I got out to Caswell Memorial State Park, although on the video when you watch it I transposed the two middle words there. I said Caswell State Memorial Park. What are you going to do? When you're shooting live, things happen. But Caswell Memorial State Park, and that was just like several of the other places I went to, kind of a mixed bag, where ultimately I enjoyed the hike. I do recommend the place, but it is yet another place I'm going to have to go back to, because some of the trails that I really would have liked to follow all the way out and through, I could not, because yet another river, this time the Stanislaus River, is over its banks and flooding places, and that's just how nature is, especially in California the way it's been lately. It decided to take a break from the drought, at least this year, and just hit us with amounts of rain and snow in the mountains, and so we have quite a few rivers over their banks. So I'll be going back there at some point, whether I film it or not, because I get different places. I don't know, maybe like a little blurb or something. But the hike report for that day is out. It's already on the YouTube channel, and so here we are. As far as this week, with me doing Caswell, that was one of the last hiking places that are like really close, like within 30 minutes. I mean, because I've hit a bunch of the urban hikes around the levee roads and stuff, and those are all 5-10 minutes away from my house. I hit the Cosumnes River Preserve. I hit the Wildlife Refuge off the San Joaquin River, and I hit Caswell, and all of those are within 30-40 minutes of my house. Now everything else that I want to start getting to and filming and hiking on, because they sound really cool, are all pushing close to an hour from my house, which is not a big deal. I get up in the morning, I'll get up, semi-early, 7-ish, which means I'll get to the trailhead by about 8 o'clock. I can still put in, anywhere between 5 and 10 miles before noon, come home by the early afternoon, and yeah, that's not a bad thing at all. I can do it. So I will be. I just got to figure out what's going to be next. So this week I may end up just doing like one of my urban hikes, training hikes in the local area, or I may one of the next 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm filming on Monday. I may be getting out. There's a couple of places. One a friend of mine has recommended, called Round Valley, which is out. It's one of the East Bay Regional Park areas. A friend of mine, Lydia, thank you, Lydia, has recommended that, and I looked it up, and it does sound like a really cool hike, so I probably hit that in the next couple of weeks. And then there's also one I was checking that's toward the other direction, toward the foothills of the Sierras, called the Red Hills area, and it looks like a really cool hike. So it's going to be one of these. I'll head out to one of these at some point. Whether it's this week or not, I'm not sure. It might be next week, but this week I will get out and hike. If it's not someplace new, though, I won't be doing a hike report on it. So but I'll have pictures on the Instagram channel and on Facebook and do little things. I'm also planning a couple of videos that I'm kind of doing some research for and stuff like that on certain types of tips. Again, I'm not going to consider myself a master backpacker at this point. I did it for a long time when I was younger. For a decade and a half, I was backpacking heavily. Back then, I think I knew my stuff. Now I'm kind of getting back in the game, so to speak, and learning about all the new equipment, which is absolutely amazing stuff. But there are still certain things that I just know that work, and certain other stuff that I've known about, things like first aid, how to take care of issues with ticks and things like that. And I think it's information that needs to be out there, especially since some of the stuff like on ticks, there's some stuff floating around that is like, oh my gosh, please don't do that. And I'll do more in a video, but like the essential oils, the peppermint essential oils, please don't put that on your skin and on top of a tick. Don't do that. I know there's something floating around saying it's a great way to get a tick to let go, and yeah, it technically is. The tick will let go after it regurgitates everything into your system and gives you Lyme disease, or potentially. So don't do that. So anyway, I'm working possibly on some of those videos to put on some hiking tips and things like that to go along with the hiking reports I put on and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. We're going to stop rambling here. So 0.6 pounds lost, so we're moving forward again. We're at 281.4 pounds, starting from our starting point of 305, and looking forward to getting out this week. Whether it's going to be a new trail or not, I don't know yet, but I will be getting out and getting a hike in one of these mornings, or maybe even two, a couple of them this week, and that's about it. So hey, you know what? Once again, always thank you, those of you who are watching these. I know sometimes I can see the numbers on YouTube. Sometimes some of these videos get maybe 1 or 2 viewings, and then some of these are in double digits for viewings. So cool, whichever one strikes the fancy and people watch, I appreciate it. If you're watching these on Facebook and things like that, I probably don't get that stat, but I thank you anyway. Appreciate all your support, and I'll see you next week.